Some of the smartest people that I meet, business owners, doctors, lawyers, executives, are still getting held back by money traps that no one talks about. On the outside, everything looks good, buttoned up, successful. But when you peek under the hood, stress, guilt, and money slipping through the cracks. Today, I'm going to be breaking down 5 of these hidden traps that quietly hold back high income earners. If you spot just one of these in your life and you can fix it, then it can completely change your financial trajectory. I'm Ethan Ho, certified financial planner and founder of Kālā Capital. I've had the privilege of looking behind the curtains at the real finances of high earners and multimillionaires. That is where the mistakes I'm about to share with you have come from. And these mistakes, they almost never get talked about publicly. First, you've heard spend less than you earn, but that is not the real trap for high income earners. The real trap is slack. When money is flowing in abundantly, mistakes, they just don't hurt right away. What I call lazy dollars pile up. This is money with no purpose. It'll just sit in your checking account, get lost in subscriptions, or go to upgrades in your life that you don't even notice. Life still feels comfortable, so there's no urgency to change. Here's the real danger. A big income without owning real assets is just a house of cards. It looks solid until something like age, burnout, or a business shift shakes it all. That is why I define wealth differently. Wealth is when your passive income covers your lifestyle. That is peace of mind. So here's what you can do. Hunt down those lazy dollars and give them a job. Pooled investments, real estate, business ownership, put those dollars to work. Most high earners don't need to spend less. They need to invest more without even touching their lifestyle. But lazy dollars, they're not the only thing that quietly erodes wealth. The same drift happens with advice. The cost of no help at all or the wrong help is much bigger than most people realize. When you're busy and successful, oftentimes advice can get tricky. Here are 2 common traps that I often see. Trap 1 is outsourcing wrong. You stick with someone who sold you something years ago and you call them your financial advisor, or maybe you end up with your parents' financial advisor. But not all advisors are created equal, and not all advisors are fiduciaries. Some get paid more to sell you products that don't actually protect you. Trap 2 is outsourcing to no one. You tell yourself you're gonna figure it out yourself, but DIY has hidden costs, blind spots, wasted opportunities, and mistakes you didn't need to make. Here's a number that shocks people. So a skilled fiduciary working for you in your best interest can add up to 3% in value per year through fee-conscious decisions, tax-smart moves, and behavioral discipline. Over a 30-year period, just a 3% boost on $100,000 per year grows to about $242,000 more in value. And that's just on $100,000 invested. Most of you will have way more invested, which makes that number much bigger. The message here is simple. No advisor is expensive, the wrong advisor is expensive, but the right advisor is worth far more than their fee. Because not only can you end up with more money, but you can get clarity and peace of mind throughout the entire journey. Of course, even with the right advisor, none of this works if you don't take consistent action. That brings us to mistake number 3, something that I like to call poor cash flow architecture. Most people don't build a financial system. They end up with a financial accident. A couple old 401ks, a few credit cards, that bank account your parents opened for you, a brokerage account you forgot about, scattered accounts, but no real plan. Money comes in, bills get paid, but the rest disappears. And then the questions start. Am I on track or am I behind? Can I afford this? Where's all my money going? The solution is to build a simple money system that pays your future self first, automates the basics, and puts everything into one central dashboard so you can make holistic decisions. Money without a system creates stress. Money with a system creates freedom. Once the system is in place, something surprising happens and you realize that the real enemy here is lifestyle pressure. The more successful you get, the more pressure you feel from peers, friends, society. Everywhere you look, the message is the same. Trade money for stuff. Trade money for status, trade money for the appearance of success. The hard truth, looking wealthy is not the same as being wealthy. I joke with clients all the time, if your account balance was tattooed on your forehead, would you still feel that social pressure to buy that thing? For many, the answer is no. Step outside the consumer narrative. Ask yourself, what do I actually value and what does money mean to me? What mattered in your 30s probably won't matter as much in your 40s, and that's okay, that's growth. When you align money with your values, you don't just build wealth, you build a life that you actually want to live. And here's the kicker. Once people reflect on their values and actually set up a money system, they often feel that something is missing. So they look for the next level and assume that the answer is getting more sophisticated, more advanced, more clever. But that mindset leads straight into mistake number 5, which is complexity bias. Smart people love complexity, but in money, simplicity usually wins. I've seen portfolios with 20 plus positions that all just cancel each other out. Exotic products that nobody fully understands, but they purchased. Strategies that sound brilliant, but don't actually work in real life for the client situation. Complexity looks impressive, but simplicity scales. So before chasing complexity, ask yourself, do I really need this, or is this distracting me from what actually matters? Every hour that you spend researching some fringe deal or idea is 1 hour that you are not using your high income skill to make money for your family or spend that time with the people you actually care about and love. The real flex is doing the basics consistently. Because in money, advanced usually just means simple done well. So those are the 5 money traps that lead smart people to making dumb money moves. Let's do a quick recap before we wrap up. Trap number 1 is mistaking income for wealth and not giving every dollar a purpose. Trap number 2 is hiring bad help or no help at all. Sometimes the least expensive help can be your most costly mistake. Trap number 3 is no cash flow system or financial organization. Trap number 4, spending for status and not values. And trap number 5, chasing complexity instead of simplicity. If even one of these landed for you, that is your starting point. If you want to learn a little bit more, join my school community. There's a link in the description. Ask me questions directly, get resources and calculators to help on your journey, and connect with other high income earners who are on a similar journey as you. And if you're seeking one-on-one fiduciary guidance, check out my firm, Kālā Capital. At the end of the day, it's not what you make, it's what you keep, grow, and protect. And what you keep should be working as hard as you do.